Hey everyone, what's up? Thanks for stopping by the quest. I just got back from Brian Henson's The Happytime Murders, which stars Melissa McCarthy, Bill Beretta, and going into this movie, haven't seen the trailer, I thought it looked kind of hilarious. I wasn't super excited about McCarthy, let's just say I'm not a big member of her fan club, but it's a rated R movie about puppets and humans coexisting, an idea that seemed to have unlimited possibilities. So you can imagine my despair when I stand before you now, and I have to say, wow. This is quite possibly the stupidest movie of 2018. The concept of this movie is former police officer and puppet private eye Phil Phillips has to reunite with his ex-human partner Detective Connie Edwards, played by McCarthy, in order to stop a serial killer who is targeting cast members of an 80s sitcom, The Happytime Gang, that starred Phil's brother Larry. After Larry turns up torn to shreds, Phil becomes suspect numero uno. On the run, Phil and Connie must get over their petty differences to solve the case before Phil becomes a prison toy for the inmates, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's basically just a 90s buddy cop movie with vulgar, raunchy puppets. That idea of puppets behaving badly isn't anything new. They've always been able to get away with a little more than their live counterparts until the late 60s and 70s when all the children's shows started catching popularity. Puppet shows were actually considered to be adult entertainment. And yes, there are a few funny moments to laugh at here. But for the most part, I sat there with a blank stare on my face, deliberating if I should walk out of the theater. But I didn't. I wanted to be able to come here and warn all of you. So I sat there calmly and watched this entire lame excuse of a movie. First, there was the writing, which was, oh my god. It was so lazy. You could literally tell Todd Berger had nothing in his mind when he penned this. And he really did just go with the assumption that we're all brainless idiots, with the idea that as long as the puppets are pumping out the F word every 10 to 15 seconds, what else do we need to do? Seriously guys, I'm not lying to you when I say that they must have said it 600 to 700 times during this movie's 91-minute runtime. That adds up to about 7 times every minute or every 9 seconds. Yep, that sounds just about right. Any other joke is either some sort of sex or dick joke. And from time to time, we'll get something silly and dumb like a puppet getting its eye plucked out by some stupid kids. But coming back to the writing, there's so much of this that doesn't make any sense. Like when one puppet gets torn apart by a pack of miniature dogs. Cut to the next scene, and cops are taping off a crime scene, taking pictures, being all legit, doing detective work, when Phil suddenly barges in and is like, "It was the Happytime Murderer! It was the Happytime Murderer!" No, it wasn't. I seen it with my own eyes. It was a pack of dogs. I would have also liked to know how the puppets gained consciousness to begin with. It's referenced a few times throughout the movie that they used to just be puppets. So what happened? I have no idea. The movie never explores what the movie is actually about. As far as the acting goes, McCarthy was awful as usual. Like I said, I'm not a big member of her fan club, nor will I ever be. And if I'm being real for a minute here, McCarthy, McKinnon, Wig, the entire cast of Ghostbusters, they just need to all go away. For good measure, I'll even throw in Amy Schumer and Mila Kunis, just so you don't think I'm picking on the Ghostbusters. But after seeing McCarthy in 2 movies a year for what seems like the last decade, it's time to make some changes in Hollywood. It's time to ante up, clean off your knives, and give these comedies a long-due facelift, because these acts have gotten old. I do apologize that this movie review seems sort of short to you, but that's all I really got on this movie. It's just vulgar puppets and Melissa McCarthy. Well, I take that back, somewhat. The puppeteering was excellent. The Henson family legacy lives on, and I'll say at times, the underlining buddy cop story does have brief moments that started to give me a glimmer of hope. And that was just barely enough to save this movie from the cellar. I'll give The Happytime Murders a D-. Thanks everyone for dropping by the quest. I really do appreciate you coming out and checking out my video. If you have anything to add, go ahead and comment below. And as always, if you want to be part of the adventure, smash that subscribe button and join the quest.